Hey there, everybody. For the first time in a long time, I'm ready. I'm here. I'm live and I'm ready, and it's coffee called Coffee with Curmudgeons. That's right. That's me. Yeah. I'm Doc Normal. I'm ready to go. I'm super ready to go, and we're trying to get other things going. Right. We're here.
As you can hear in the fumbling in the background. Yes. Yeah, I'm not even close to being ready. I'm just kind of.
It's unusual because usually I'm the one that's not ready. So I'm here. It's Monday, June 19th, and I'm here with co-host and actually floor director, little known, Alan Smithee. Hey, say hi, Alan Smithee.
If it will make our meeting a little more less awkward for you, just call me Smithee. It's all good. Hello, right. Everybody.
You are actually a famed director. You've got tons and tons of credits to your name. Yeah.
Sweet.
Interestingly enough, NuzBox exclusive is no one has ever seen your face before.
Wow.
Yeah. When I Google Alan Smithee, I get like Eric Idle from Monty Python, but you're the first time we ever see you actually on camera.
Nice. You know, with my face hidden all the time, it makes me feel like the fifth member of KISS.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You're not Alan Smithee.
No.
You are Jason Allen.
That is the rumor, and I'm going to go ahead and stick to that. Wow, what a weekend, man.
Are you
Holy
you're
cow.
on your pad. I got to adjust your camera, too.
I'm trying to post. I'm getting everything. The first time I hit the post,
right,
and it kind of just went off into internet limbo, so I had to scramble to do another one.
We need to adjust your camera a little bit.
Oh, hi there.
So,
Good morning.
Yeah. It was kind of adjusted after Wednesday. We weren't here on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh.
How does the voice sound? Is it well modulated? Because I got to tell you, I had a sore throat all over the weekend. And so by like literally yesterday, it's Father's Day. And they're like, oh, happy Father's Day. And I'm like, thank you.
So much better.
I was almost like a voice box, you know. Oh, Dad, happy Father's Day. Thank you very much. Pass the chicken. Something like that. We got to get Lady Liberty up. Yeah, there we go.
Here's the thing. Look, I adjusted the camera. This is always so compelling if you're listening to this on the audio podcast, which I encourage everyone to just listen to audio. Don't look at... Yeah, there's no eye candy here.
You don't want to see this. You just don't want to.
No. But I just realized we got Lady Liberty here, and now with the readjustment of your camera, we have NBC. The mug fits perfectly.
That was rather Rip Tornish of you. Or what was that guy? You know, the guy he used to, in the 70s, used to come out and do that little thing with the glitter and everything.
I get my rips.
NBC.
Yeah, I get my...
Oh, I actually did it. My voice is man thrashed.
Yeah, I get my rips. I get my rips mixed up.
Yeah, me too. Rip Torn, Rip Taylor.
I think it's Rip Taylor, and Rip Torn is the good actor.
Larry Sanders.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's Rip Torn, and then it's Rip Taylor.
We gotta get this microphone.
Was a crazy guy with the glitter.
All right. Right.
So Alan Smithee. Have you seen Alan Smithee's work? He's an acclaimed director.
Is he?
Yes. Do you know some of the films that Alan Smithee has directed?
All right, hit me with
it.
Hit me with it.
Heat, 1995.
Yes, isn't that Bobby De Niro? Come on, Val Kilmer, right?
Meet Joe Black.
Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just taking some new ones here. The Insider. That was a good one. That's about the smoking guy, right?
Yeah, was that Matt Damon?
That was
or was it Clooney?
The Australian guy.
Oh.
The that Australian guy. Dune.
Oh, Dune.
Yeah, these are all.
He was Dune.
Yeah, Alan Smithee. Oh wait, hang on here. I'm just reading the Wikipedia. Dune, Alan Smithee, the edited for broadcast television. Oh, I see. Heat, as edited for television.
I'm sure they had to edit
that. Meet Joe Black as edited for in-flight viewing and television. The Insider as edited for television. So Alan Smithee. Mm-hmm. Because if you really think about it, Heat, The Insider, those are Michael Mann films.
Yeah.
So Alan Smithee is credited with the television versions.
Okay.
And we wonder why that is. Gotcha. It's in Dune, the edited television version.
Yeah.
Alan Smithee is the official name that the Directors Guild of America will allow a director to use if he does not want to put his name on the project.
Gotcha.
Began in...
It's anonymous.
Yes,
John Doe.
1968, 1969, Iron Cowboy, and famously Death of a Gunfighter, directed by... This was the kind of the backing story. Death of a Gunfighter, 1969, which was directed by... they had two directors, Robert Totten and Dan Siegel. Totten directed for 25 days and then was... I think it was the star Richard Widmark was the star of that film.
Sounds like a spaghetti western.
Yeah, well, Widmark...
Yeah.
Widmark was basically controlling the creative of the film. And this Totten guy finally had enough as director because in the DGA, the Director Guild of America, one of the things in your contract is you are the director of the film.
Creative control of it. Yeah.
Not the star, not the producer.
How dare you, Richard Widmark? Just read your lines.
So they got rid of Totten, or Totten left, and they got this guy, Don Siegel, which, according to the story, he directed for like 9 days.
Wow.
And then they took the whole film in, edited it together, and used probably apparently equal amount of footage from both directors.
Yeah, but how much footage can you do in 9 days, though? Because I imagine...
You can do a lot.
Really?
Sure.
If you
do reshoots, you bet.
I imagine 9 days is just like the closing credits. Like, that's me!
Well, these days a lot. I mean, just look at the new Star Wars movies. I mean, they do reshoots and stuff, and it's like, these are key scenes we now have to go reshoot. A good example. You haven't seen Rogue One yet, have you?
No, still haven't.
Okay. The final scene in Rogue One was a reshoot, apparently.
Really?
And it's like it's the scene. It's like
the climax.
It's like you can't imagine the movie without that final scene.
Yeah.
Needless to say, it involves one guy in a black cape named Darth Vader and a lightsaber.
Don't ruin it for me. La, la, la,
No.
la, 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 la. Oh, sorry.
No, that's it.
I got
that's all I'll
earphones on.
say. But I read that it was like, they decided they didn't even think they didn't have it, and then they reshoot, and it was like, and everyone's like, that I can't not have Rogue One without that scene.
Yeah,
they can't. It's got to end that way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So these two directors went to the Directors Guild of America back in 69, 60, whatever.
Yeah.
And they said, look, we're not putting our names on this thing. The star controlled the thing.
Yeah.
This is not our movie. We do not endorse it. We're not going to do it. Right?
There's not a whole level of high confidence there. We're not putting our names to it.
Yeah, exactly. And so the DGA decided, okay, we got to put a name there. Let's make a name up. And first they were thinking like Alan Smith or something, and they were like, well, that's a little too common.
John Doe.
Yeah, so they came up with this Alan Smithee.
Oh.
And they officially made that. So as a director, say you come in, you direct this Coffee with Curmudgeons, but Doc Normal's always, I don't know, doing something, and you go, I'm not putting my good name on this as a director.
Alan Smithee.
You will become you go to the DGA and you say Alan Smithee.
I like it. Okay, I'm embracing this right now. I'm gonna apply that to many facets of my life.
And the funny thing of the story of this Death of a Gunslinger, is when the film was reviewed in the New York Times and also by Roger Ebert. This is all according to Wikipedia. But according to the Wikipedia story, both Ebert and the New York Times reviewed it, and they both had comments like, we're not familiar with this Alan Smithee director, but we really enjoyed his pacing and style. So I don't.
Smithee's a genius.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if they actually the film they actually hated it, or if they it sounded like it actually worked out. But it was really I think it was Richard Widmark was the star, and he was really controlling the whole creative. So it was like, what the heck you doing, dude? This is the director. And it's interesting because I never thought about, I mean, I knew that directors pull their names off of films. Like famously, like Gore Vidal wrote Caligula, and he after he saw the Bob Guccione cut, which, as we could say, was a little saucy.
Guccione.
Yeah. Well, he basically went in there. They filmed the movie, right?
We need to porn this up.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what they did with Caligula. They filmed. Peter O'Toole was in it. What's his name? Played Caligula. I like his famous. Anyway, I know everybody says, see, it's early. I haven't had a sip of coffee yet, but it has like an all-star cast, and they did all the film, and then Bob Guccione, being a Penthouse film, decided to cut in extra scenes, and thus Caligula. And Gore Vidal saw a cut and said, "I'm taking my name right off that thing."
Right, yeah.
Which is interesting because in college I liked that movie because it was a depiction of Rome. With the heathen, that it was kind of like, I don't think Rome was like Richard Burton and Taylor and all those Laurence Olivier walking around, with laurels in their hair and being A-list Hollywood 1950s. I think Rome was a little more Bob Guccione, like crazy weird
seedy
stuff.
Sort of,
Well, I mean, they had centurions, they had slaves, they did a lot of crazy weird stuff. They had, cultish like religion. But
ladies and gentlemen, that is your Roman history in a nutshell.
Twilight, so that's what they did. Twilight Zone, the movie, second assistant director. Oh, that was a sad story.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was a lot of... The second assistant director used the pseudonym because, this is sad Monday, because there was Vic Morrow died, and two children died in the filming of that movie. Famous accident in that movie, which kind of always forever taints that movie when I saw it. But so the assistant director pulled his name off of that. But there's a lot of different movies, and especially the recuts for television, like when Michael Mann and these guys, and how I found out is I was reading up on my David Lynch, as you do, of course, and of course it always comes down to Dune. God, even William Friedkin did. I mean, like all these people have used this this out. Smith. Well, it's because they don't have the final cut control, and so if you're a director, it's like, are you going to put your
stamp on it?
Your
I understand.
Your parenthood seal. What is that thing? I was going to say
the good housekeeping seal of approval.
Somehow in Doc's mind, the good housekeeping seal of approval is the Planned Parenthood seal of approval. I don't know.
I wish I
spare condoms or something. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Where did
I've never picked up a good housekeeping with that in it.
I know. I don't even know what good housekeeping is.
And that's when Jason subscribed to Good Housekeeping.
No, I don't even know what the hell is the Good Housekeeping. So first of all,
it's amazing.
This show is called Coffee with Curmudgeons.
We
talk about everything from, say, 1950 through about 1979. Well, maybe we get in it.
No, we're 80s. We're solid 80s.
Anyway.
I'd say about 92 we cut it off and just kind of...
But here's the thing. And all my subjects today are like total like nostalgia. So... No one on the web, your millennial, your face Snapchatting and stuff, they don't know what a good housekeeping seal of approval is.
Sure.
And I don't even know what it is. I know what a Consumer Reports thing is.
Yeah, it's like
that. Was a thing.
It's like one of those recommendations. They'll do sort of like.
Okay. Smart guy.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Where?
Okay, smart pants.
I'm Alan Smithee.
Exactly. All right.
What is a smart guy that you were talking about?
So you got the good housekeeping seal of approval.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, smart guy.
Oh gosh.
What's the JD Power? Whatever.
Cars.
What the hell is that?
That's Cars.
No, it's not.
JD Power and Associates.
It's not just Cars.
Isn't it like they're all over the place?
Yeah.
I always just see them on car commercials.
Nope. Because I worked for a company once that got one, and I thought to myself,
what the
hell was that?
Yeah.
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 JD
Power and Associates. It's almost like why
Cars. It's mainly associated with cars. I mean, I'm not saying
Cars,
but I swear that they give it out for other things. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
J.D. Power, according to Wikipedia, the world's encyclopedia, J.D. Power and Associates is an American-based global marketing information services company founded in 1968. Oh, the same year they came up with Alan Smithee.
They're all, there's a conspiracy in there somewhere.
Wait a minute.
That's like the magic bullet right there. Alan Smithee,
J.D. Power.
J.D. Power Associates. What else? Martin Luther King, 68.
Oh.
Robert Kennedy, 68.
I'm
E. Howard Hunt.
The E. Howard Hunt, CIA seal of approval.
Oh gosh.
The Bay of Pigs.
Bay of Pigs brought to you by E. Howard Hunt and Associates.
No, I'm thinking what you get is if you don't, like, you put in and somehow you don't get the J.D. Power.
Yeah.
You get the Alan Smithee. Oh.
The Alan Smithee. Coffee and I just had an idea. I had an idea. Coffee with Curmudgeons should do an annual award show where we give out the Alan Smithee Award in different categories. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So, by James David Power III. Wow.
Oh.
That's... Talk about an
Ivy League name there, right?
Look, if you're gonna name your company, your J.D. Power, I'm James David Power III. I sound like
Thurston Howell, right?
James Mason.
Right.
The company conducts surveys of customer satisfaction.
Gotcha.
I wonder if just. Because I'm thinking off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Hi, this is J.D. Power Associates. Yeah? Okay. Hey, you like the Rolling Stones?
The Rolling Stones? Yeah, they're all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, J.D., we're doing a little survey.
Yeah.
What do you think of I Can't Get No Satisfaction?
3 out of 5 stars, but I will go with Gimme Shelter.
Oh.
Just for the opening of Gimme
Can't
Shelter.
Get No Satisfaction is no satisfaction from the J.D. Power Associates seal of approval. Okay, so it's customer satisfaction, product quality, and buyer behavior. I hope J.D. Power appreciates the free marketing we're giving them on the podcast.
They should.
Send us money.
John David Power III.
Send us a J.D. It's like a little, glass plaque or something. Send us a J.D. This podcast.
Put it right up there next to Lady Liberty there. They're like, wow, they got a J.D. Power and Associates trophy. They're bona fide.
We'll put it next to the Peabody. What the hell's a Peabody? Okay, look.
Peabody Award, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can just think of all these things. You go, what's that?
Peabody,
we know what
we know what a Pulitzer is. We know what a Nobel is. We know what an Oscar is.
A Grammy.
A Tony.
A Tony. They just had those. We know what those are.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But J.D. Power.
Yeah, we'll put that right next to the Guggenheim Fellowship.
I don't know. So, customer satisfaction research, new car quality, and long-term dependability.
Yeah.
Huh. ISO, and then they go into the thrilling subject of ISO 9001. I don't know. See, it's like automotive surveys, international research. I know it's automotive, but I swear...
I think they're also like sort of tech stuff, too.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I worked in the tech field, not the automotive field, and I remember it's like, our product's got a J.D. Power thing. I'm like, does that mean I can go drive the discs around, make little wheels or something? PC tools? Anyway, so it says automotive, but...
Gotcha.
But you think it's tech too, because I swear a company I worked with at one point got, it's all a thing. You pay your money, and they do the market research.
Yeah,
and then they come back and they go, yeah, that demo we called not so. It's like, well, let's change it up here. Call these people or do this or do that until finally you go, oh, you got a good score. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that one time. This is totally random, but I think I saw a thing with J.D. Power Associates one time in like Popular Mechanics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then the Good Housekeeping seal.
Seal of approval.
Because that's the one I don't even... Good Housekeeping, too.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is right here. What is it? What? Oh, appliances, skincare, apparently, mattresses, history.
Put the lotions on the skin. J.D. Power gives it 4 out of 5 stars.
Wow. Okay, look at this.
It's the best I got for a Monday.
Well, good. Oh, you're going to love this in 20.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great. Hopefully we have women in the audience at some point here. Good Housekeeping is a women's magazine owned by the Hearst Corporation, otherwise known as the character from Citizen Kane.
Right. Rosebud.
Join the PLO.
No.
References to flying chachi.
Yeah.
Now I'm turned into Dennis Miller for this show. That's wonderful.
Right.
Featuring articles about women's interests.
Women's interests, sure.
Product testing by the Good Housekeeping Institute. So they have an institute that does product testing.
There's a whole institute for this.
Not just an institute. Listen to this. They got the institute recipes, diet, health, as well as literary articles. Is well known for the Good Housekeeping Seal. Well, yes, we know. Popularly known as the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval.
Diet and health. No wonder I have no idea who they are.
Well, I don't know.
Actually, I'm almost down 20 pounds now.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Thank you. You look good.
Give you a J.D. Power for that.
Excellent. Can I get an extra star on that? Yes. J.D. Power and Associates.
I guess we're still like thinking, okay, J.D. Power cars, Good Housekeeping,
Seal of Approval. They do a lot of
appliances.
Yeah.
Good Housekeeping Research Institute. Now, this is the interesting one.
Research Institute.
In 1900.
1900.
So this goes way back.
At the turn of the 20th century.
This isn't just some BS little thing that they cooked up. The Good Housekeeping Research Institute.
BS thing they cooked up. We need to give somebody, we need to give our sponsors high ratings. Do they suck? I don't know, but we need to do something. Dude, we could create our own housekeeping. Oh, well, let's do it. Let's run with that. Bob Jenkins, run with that.
Well,
we're going to do it.
Jason, that would be the NuzBox way to go. That would be the NuzBox seal. It's like, looks good to us.
Sure.
Pay us money. You get the NuzBox seal.
Yeah, they're like, Jason, give me a quote on that new thing that you guys just rated. My whole thing is, Jason Allen says, what the hell? And that's it.
That's exactly right. I mean, I don't know how, I'm doing this.
Alan Smithee says.
Yeah. I'm doing this podcasting thing.
Yeah,
well, I listen to podcasts, and I think, I got into the podcasting a long time ago when I started listening to very early.
You're a pioneer of that.
Well, like when the podcasts were on the telephone, people recording their telephone calls, and you'd be like, God, it sounds like complete crap, but these guys are really brilliant in telling you everything about the social web. But this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Only someone like me who wants this knowledge would listen to this,
Sure.
Back those days. I mean, other guys were, Adam Curry and stuff. I mean, he's an audio guy from MTV. He knew how to make a podcast, and other people did. But it was pretty rough out there. Now podcasts are streamlined, NPR. But I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? Mm-hmm. And they huck products on there. It's the new thing. It's just like advertising, It's like so. One minute you're like, oh, I gotta get that Casper mattress, and the next minute it's like, no, that Casper mattress is crap.
Total crap.
So there goes our potential Casper mattress endorsement. Yeah, I don't care.
That's all right.
We're gonna make it all on Patreon. Crowdfunding, baby. I promise you.
Crowdfunding.
So in 1900.
Yeah.
I like the original thing. The Experiment Station.
Ooh.
The predecessor to the Good Housekeeping Research Institute. GHRI was founded in 1902. The magazine was calling this an inflexible contract between the publisher and each subscriber. The formal opening of the headquarters of the GHRI. Yeah. The model kitchen.
GHRI.
Testing station for household devices and domestic science laboratory occurred in January 1910. So these
1910.
So these folks were the original, right? They have the test kitchen.
Right.
You've seen the test kitchen.
Straight out of the Victorian age, these guys are going right into the Research Institute. Bam.
Yeah, Good Housekeeping. They're like it. I think they're the first one.
Yeah.
Or unless Betty Crocker was over there on the site going, GRI, I'll show you an institute.
That Betty.
This is the Betty Crocker Cake Institute.
That's right.
It did not rise. Not enough yeast. Wooden spoon. wire hangers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I still have no
Betty
more
Crocker's
wire hangers
story
ever.
As played by Joan
Mommy
Crawford.
Dearest. Mommy Dearest.
Oh. So now, well, okay.
Betty Crocker, yeah.
They did dispute
she was a dish.
that thing, the wire hanger thing, you know.
That was my lame joke on a Monday. I snuck it right in there. Betty Crocker, she was a dish.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway.
Well, now
Her and Marie Callender, man. Woo, when they get together.
Now I want to
Get down.
Anyway. So, yeah, this is like an original test thing. So this Good Housekeeping thing was the real deal.
Yeah.
See, I kind of grew up with the Consumer Reports.
Exactly.
Which was the same kind of deal as the Good Housekeeping, but they did everything. They did cars and everything.
Home entertainment, gadgets, that sort of stuff. Right.
Everything.
Good Housekeeping.
Yeah. No, but Consumer Reports, though.
Did
the whole, like, you know, you'd get that, before the web, you get that book and you'd subscribe. And
didn't they have a radio show for a while, like Consumer Reports? That was one guy that came on and he would do like the Consumer Reports, something like of the week, and they would talk about
the Consumer Reports of the week. It was kind of sad because I was going full on internet because I'm a tech guy, some early adopter, So you know, that was the magazine to have. Right. That was, if you had one subscription to a magazine, the Good Housekeeping was. I'm sorry, the Consumer Reports. You're correct. Good Housekeeping. Doc doesn't get the Good Housekeeping. Doc would not get a Good Housekeeping seal of approval.
Internet, what's that? But I can make a fabulous bean dip.
Yeah,
you know, Good Housekeeping seal of approval.
And half of it's on the counter after it's done. That's your Good Housekeeping.
That's why I only got 1 star out of 5. I need to work.
You cook in this kitchen?
Step out of the kitchen right now. Hey, now you're sounding like my wife. What's going on here?
Is this a kitchen or is this the National Institute of Biological Weapons?
It does kind of take on that sort of aspect to it, doesn't it? The whole research institute. It's almost like DARPA, right? What the heck is going on? Shh, we don't talk about what's going on down at the institute.
Well, Jason, I'm sure I could weaponize some of the mold in my kitchen to fight the good fight for America.
Right. 7-layer dip has been weaponized.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Who hasn't been there, right?
Extra tapatio.
Right. Right. You're making stir fry. Bam! It's been weaponized.
Well,
throw a little more curry, you know. Oh, it's really weaponized then.
You know, I do eat a lot of spicy food, so to many people, I think my cooking would be weaponized.
So, hey, you went to Doc's house last week and you had dinner there. How was it? Well, to sum it up in a word, weaponized.
Yeah. Weapon. Fully weaponized kitchen.
Yeah.
Sounds like a, Bond.
Right. Q, M or Q was doing this.
1 moment when I deactivate the cappuccino maker, M.
Right. Yeah, you're the espresso machine is blowing up. Yeah. You can microwave is shooting laser beams. Things are weaponized.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, we'd get the Consumer Reports.
Yeah.
Right? And that was the magazine to have.
Yeah.
And because you'd get there and then you get the catalog at the end. And so you'd go out and want to buy some, like you said, a stereo or a this or that. And you'd always be like, well, I want to know.
Consumer Reports said it was great.
Yeah. And it was controversial because they were rough. I mean, they would like certain vehicles and cars. That they would really. I'll tell you this. They did not like Jeeps a lot.
Wow.
No.
What about the old International Harvesters?
They finally did.
Yeah.
I think actually one of the model years they did, but and computers they did a bunch of stuff with computers, but that was a tough one. Yeah. So if you were in the computer and tech industry, it was like you need a whole specialized bunch of folks, so it was tough. But then the internet came along, and it was like, well, I can look stuff up on the internet and then cancel your subscription, and it became so sad. And now I don't know how the Consumer Reports, and they'd send little emails like, come on, don't you want to
come back to us?
I know.
Yeah.
We have it online. We have a website, and it's like, it's not that great.
Almost like AOL, No, come back to us, please.
Speaking of AOL, I don't know. We didn't talk about this, but I think it was last week, maybe early last week. This news, kind of, with the news cycle that we've been going through. Yahoo officially is now Verizon, acquired by Verizon.
That took effect.
Yeah, that took effect.
Okay.
Which I also believe they have AOL as well. I think it's the same.
it's
And
AOL.
then they formed,
Wasn't AOL Time Warner?
Yeah, I think we talked about the name of the company early, like back in May or something. We talked about some goofy name that they came up with. So, I mean, it's kind of RIP. I mean, AOL. Yeah, I was not an AOL person, and I know a lot of people were.
Yeah, not me either.
They say that there are still people who are paying for their dial-up connection for AOL.
Right.
That's a revenue stream right there.
I chuckle when someone I see somebody's email and it has like an AOL on it. I'm like, really? That's
Well, people have it. Or Hotmail.
Hotmail, sure.
I mean, but some people, you have an email that you don't want to change. Years ago, I was moving everyone off of Hotmail. I had a Hotmail. I had a Yahoo. Sure. I probably had an AOL at some point. AIM, it was the AOL Internet Messenger or Instant Messenger. That was like probably the most popular message thing at one point.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I had to get like an AOL because everyone was on AIM.
You're absolutely right. I did too.
Yeah,
good call.
Chat.
I must have because I had an AIM thing for a while. So
right. So so they're that, and they're under some funny name, and I don't know. It's kind of it's a drag because before Google, I remember Yahoo.
Yes.
And Yahoo was really... There were a lot of other search engines. There was one called Alta Vista.
I was about ready to say that. I remember back in the days, Alta Vista.
Ask Jeeves. Which just became Ask.com.
Yes.
There's a couple others. I can't remember. But Yahoo was there.
Yeah.
This is a little pre-Google, and then Google came. But Yahoo was really... I remember that point where Yahoo was your homepage. Like when I open up my page and there's Google.
Yes.
Type, ask us anything. We will respond, right?
Right.
You don't even have to type it anymore. You can just say it.
Yeah, the big ones were MSN?
Yeah, no.
Yahoo.
Right. Yeah. Well, MSN is still around, and their search now is Bing.
That's right.
So Microsoft's not gonna. They're not going to.
They're not going anywhere.
No, and they're going to keep Bing, or rebrand it, but they're going to...
Plus Microsoft,
Well,
they'll be around.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's the interesting deal. This is why Google is Google.
Okay.
There's a lot of money in that search.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because if you have a whole bunch of people going in and doing search, and then you can put the sponsored ad there and pay for it, you make a lot of money. And you make a lot of money with those hits. And what was happening, the browsers, that's why they have the toolbars and put the browsers in and stuff to generate
insert,
the money.
Yeah. Okay.
So Microsoft, and some people like Bing. I mean, I just...
Never got into Bing.
Google. Yeah,
I was just a Google dude.
And this is not. I have not done comparative searches. I have heard some people say, "Hey, Bing better than Google." Fine, I don't know, but I'll from
take
a
your word for it. Sure.
from a respected person, I might say but I haven't done the research and I don't know. I have some Windows boxes here. I have Macs and Windows, so Google, is fine with me. But the thing about the Bing is, even if it's not the most popular search, Microsoft wants to keep the Bing and keep pushing the Bing because there's money in there.
There's their brand,
But there's money in there. There's ad search money.
Right.
Cash money. So,
huge. Yeah.
Microsoft's not going anywhere.
Nah.
I mean, come on. Everyone's anyway. I'm not a I've never been I'm not a Microsoft basher. I know tons of people are, but I'm not. I mean, they've had their ups and downs, but they're Microsoft. It's fine. So anyway, So that's tech.
Tech
for the day. But Yahoo. So they had the Yahoo, and they in the late 90s, they started doing the customized Yahoo homepage, which really to me was the very first time ever that I saw on the web. Because before that, the web was like, go up to the web page. Here's your web page. Click, click.
Yeah.
Web page, click, web page. You know, we're talking 90s, mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
Yahoo then makes their search, and then they've got a homepage, which they had news, and Yahoo News News was really good.
Yeah, you could customize all your news feeds, whether you got world news, U.S. news, sports, whatever.
I mean, this was before Google had any of this.
Yeah.
And up until just recently, in fact, and I haven't looked at you, but years ago, if you did stocks and you did the finance stuff, finance.yahoo.com was the best site to go to. Yeah. They had the best. I mean, you could look up a company, you could see the ticker, you could see the whole history.
Real-time stuff going on.
Yeah, and you could have all the news, and you could do all the research of the stock. Like back when I did stock research, I would just go up to finance, Yahoo, and research a company. You could see the history and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want to know about that. I had Netflix.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, look at their stock now. I had Amazon and Netflix. Oh, yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
But, I knew at some point.
That they were going to
I don't have
up.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I'm the guy. You know, I'm the guy who sells the Apple stock right before it blows up. I'm the guy who sells the Google. That's my...
Are you the Stuart Sutcliffe of finance?
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
I got that reference,
Pete
by
Best.
the way. I got that.
Thank you.
Yes, I got that. So they had all that stuff, and then they had this customizable thing. You log in, and you could move the things around.
Yeah.
It was very
Web
2.0.
Yeah.
I mean, this was in the Web 1.0.
I thought that was ingenious at the time. Wow.
Well, I was telling my programmer friends, I was like, we should do this.
Yeah.
This is the future.
The future.
And they were like, yeah, that's
interesting.
Good
Housekeeping gives it 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
It even got a J.D. Power and Associates trophy.
And then suddenly, like, Typepad, Blogger, WordPress, all these other things came along, and you could do stuff and movable stuff. And then Google came along, and then Ajax, the Java, blah, blah, blah. And now nobody cares. It's like, oh, yeah, you can do this and this and this and that and the other thing. Although, interestingly enough, I always come to a place where I hit a wall, even as of late.
Okay.
In the last few years, where I'm like, hey, I'm on this pad. I should be able to do this and this and this on the page. And people are like, And I'm like, don't give me, We have the technology. We can do this.
Yeah.
And then in a couple of years, like now, there's
it's all past
technology that you can do that with, I mean, we play responsive websites. We're going down the tech rat hole. But Yahoo, they had a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah. I do
back
remember
in the day.
that, yeah.
And their stock was worth something. They had Jerry Yang. It was like it's two guys, just like Google. It was Jerry Yang, and I can't remember the other guy. I just remember Jerry Yang,
right?
Because he came back to try and fix the company, and they had, and they were like, remember the bubble burst, everything,
the .com,
.com,
yeah.
right? And everyone had Super Bowl ads and Yahoo, and Yahoo had Yahoo, and I love that.
Yeah.
So, R.I.P. Yahoo. R.I.P.
Yeah. In the Midwest, they had a totally different thing, though, because they wanted to connect with people in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They weren't called Yahoo. They were called Yahoo. Anyway. And that's another Monday lame joke.
Yeah.
Yahoo?
No, it's Yahoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Yahoo. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't say.
Did you go to the Packer game yesterday, Yahoo?
Yeah.
That cheese is sitting right here, Yahoo.
Yahoo. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It really says it all.
Oh, bad Fargo jokes. Anyway, so Alan Smithee.
Gotcha. Hey, you know what's been sitting in my mind for the past half an hour? You mentioned Peter O'Toole, right?
Yes.
I have whenever I think of Peter O'Toole, I have a fabulous Peter O'Toole story for you.
Wow.
Yes. So, back in the day, Peter O'Toole was coming up through on the London stage, but he was coming up with us. I mean, think about this. At one time, on the young guys on the London stage, you had Laurence Olivier, Peter O'Toole, Richard Harris, and I think not Jackie Mason, but James Mason. There's some other guy.
James Mason.
James Mason. Well, anyways.
Peter O'Toole.
There's O'Toole, Olivier, and Richard Harris, right? And they're all in this play together. Imagine that today, right? In one play, these guys are all together. Well, the play, when they're not on stage, where are they? They're across the street at the pub.
Oh, yes.
And they're getting liquored up, right?
I think Sir O'Toole.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't seen this movie in so many years. My favorite year
is one of my
Peter
all-time favorite movies. It all had the guy from not Bosom Buddies, but Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
And yes, him and Peter O'Toole was Alan Swan. He was like the Errol Flynn. And he was just so burnt out, and they're trying to rehab him, so they sent him to this old 50s-esque variety show. Mm-hmm. And
and half the time, that movie... And there's another movie as well. And
Creator.
When I see those movies, I think he's just playing himself almost. I mean, he's just like, he's got the martinis. He's like, all right, what are we doing?
Yeah, those button-up pants, where they rip it off of him. He's like standing up in the corner, bungee corded.
I have not seen that movie in years. It's a riff on Sid Caesar's show. Yes. The early days of television.
Was it King Carson or King something?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, back to Peter O'Toole.
Sorry.
So they're over there in the pub, and they're getting liquored up. Yeah, stagehand runs over across the street and says, you guys, you're late. You got to get over. You're supposed to be on right now. So they hustle, breakneck speed, across the street. They're running up to Richard Harris as he's getting up there. He's running onto the stage, trips over something, and falls flat on his face, slides right up to the edge of the stage. And he looks down, and there's this older lady in the front row, and she goes, "My God, Harris, you're drunk." And he looks at her straight in the face and he says, "Ma'am, if you think I am drunk, wait till O'Toole hits the stage." That's my Peter O'Toole story for you.
That's actually
Harris, you're drunk.
Fairly good story.
Yeah, ma'am, if you think
it's
wait until O'Toole makes his entrance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, he famously
Alan Swan. I'm gonna go watch that tonight.
Yeah, because
I love that movie.
And I think it's again, it's a great fit for Peter O'Toole's character.
That's right in his wheelhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other one is The Stuntman.
Ooh.
Which I have that one too, where he plays a completely crazy action director.
Yeah. That's
an interesting movie, The Stuntman. I have that one somewhere, like a Criterion collection or something of The Stuntman.
Tell you, I didn't even know there was anyone else in North America that knew that My Favorite Year existed anymore.
Oh yeah, it was a great film. It was a great, fun movie. I mean, it's a comedy, but it's a kind of almost like those. Almost like the Woody Allen Radio Days kind of comedy, where it's all set back in the.
He shows up to the guy. He's out
television
in Brooklyn, and he goes to the guy's parents' house, the mom's house, and remember she's married to a stepfather who's an old Filipino boxer back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time.
Peter O'Toole, I saw you fight back in '47. Yes,
I could. Yeah. Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Well, I was thinking about some stuff because I saw this old Peter O'Toole like when he was young.
Yeah.
So we talked about
Lawrence of Arabia type stuff where he's the young dashing.
Well, this was the Audrey Hepburn movie where he's like a jewel thief guy or art thief set in Paris in the late '60s.
What is that movie? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was like on Netflix. It's a good, I think, did I show that? Oh, I think I was telling someone. He drives. So she's driving. Audrey Hepburn is driving one of these the little Citroen, the little tiny, you barely get in it. And Peter O'Toole comes up, right? He comes up in this sports car. Gorgeous. I think it was yellow. Jaguar.
Canary yellow.
Jaguar. Yeah. I mean, in this thing, at first I looked at it and I was like, is that a Ferrari or is that? It turns out it's Jaguar. If you Google it, they'll tell you all about the cars. This is one thing. If I see a '60s movie, and the people and it's a '60s rom-com, '60s romantic comedy. We're in Paris. It's all shot in Paris. It's Audrey Hepburn. It's Peter O'Toole. He's a thief and she's her dad's forging art. And the police. and all this stuff. And then there's like hot sports cars from the 60s. I mean, that are probably worth like a couple $1 million.
That is the essence
today.
of cool. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the 60s, right? It's like those old James Bond movies, and he jumps in the Aston Martin, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. That's, someday that will be worth, it will be priceless, Bond. But, yeah, you know, I was thinking about, I found this weird thing out, and I put this on my Facebook. Okay, so I realized, you know the Benedict Cumberbatch.
Best name,
right?
Best name for an English actor ever.
Well, I was one day a while ago. I was thinking, what he, you know, I've watched his movies, and you know, I watched that whole BBC Sherlock thing,
love that
which
show.
is fantastic. And I was like, well, you know, these, especially British actors, they're you know, they come from the land of Shakespeare. They have pedigree, right? I mean, you're not like De Niro growing up in Hell's Kitchen going, hey, I'm going to act, hey. You know, acting studio, hey, what are you looking at? You looking at me? You looking at me? You looking at me? You looking at me?
I am an actor.
Yeah.
They're not actors, they're thespians.
Yes, exactly. And they have a pedigree, right? And you have people like Laurence Olivier, and you have Peter O'Toole, and Richard Burton, and you know, you know, you have like John Gielgud, John Houseman, you know, all these, you know, the law will kill you, whatever. So you have all these greats, and I'm sure we're missing many of them. But the new guys, the new folks, they have this pedigree. They have that tradition. They come from that tradition of those people. Hollywood's a little bit, like I said, you know, growing up in Hell's Kitchen. Hey, I'm gonna play a wise guy.
It's Clayton's for you.
I like how we're denigrating American acting. All of American acting.
Right now, Robert De Niro and Scorsese, they're sitting there just cussing at us right now.
Yeah, those Scorsese movies, they're not so good.
Oh, no.
Coppola, this Coppola guy, well, I don't know. What are you going to say? But Cumberbatch, I'm like looking at him and going, he reminds me. He's like the 21st century. And I finally, the light went off in my head. I said, Cumberbatch is our Peter O'Toole.
Ooh.
He is our 21st century Peter O'Toole.
Ooh.
That's, if you really kind of look at it,
I haven't thought about that.
He's got the comedy.
Yeah.
He's got and there's a couple. I watched
the Imitation Game.
I watched that old '60s movie, the romantic comedy, and I'm watching. You know, that's when Peter O'Toole's young, and you know, and then when the actors are young in those comedies, and they're Audrey Hepburn and all that, they're like, hey, here's a quick one-liner. Here's a, you know, it's kind of like
vibrant
the American ones too. You know, Katharine Hepburn. You know, you know, but they're kind of like doing that. You know, you know, hey. I mean, no, that's the American side. They're more like, hey, hello, aperitif, champagne, Jaguar.
Right ho.
Yes. Well, actually, honey, it looks like a fake to me. Would you like some champagne? You know, it's that sort of a thing, right?
Yes.
And Cumberbatch has he can pull that
fits
off.
right in that
with the
mold,
little and they have the little English smirk thing.
Oh yeah.
And they're kind of goofy looking too. It's just, if you really look at him, O'Toole's he's got a okay. You can say great acting, and they're movie stars,
singularly British.
But you know, sometimes them in the UK. I mean, okay, Cary Grant. Okay,
Judy.
Yeah, I mean, Cary Grant. Good-looking guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, Peter O'Toole, kind of goofy, lanky. Cumberbatch, kind of goofy, lanky guy. But we don't care. I mean, they're like, you know, they got the stuff. So that's what I thought, is that Cumberbatch is kind of Peter O'Toole. I was even thinking, then I thought, my God, Hollywood.
Yeah.
We got to spitball some Hollywood. First of all, Hollywood's, what are we doing? We're doing Wonder Woman, doing really well. We're doing more Star Wars. We're doing the Batman. We're doing what other stuff? Addams Family. Are we doing that again? We're
Really?
doing sequel. Well, I don't know, but we're doing. There's no new ideas. Come on. Let's pull something out of the
Not in Hollywood.
Pull something out of the can.
Yeah.
And let's remake it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Lawrence of Arabia, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. He doesn't have to be blonde, does he? We'll give him a blonde wig. Who cares?
Oh, he does that.
Cumberbatch?
He's Oscar winning right there. Bam.
Lawrence of Arabia remake. And, look.
Yeah.
Van Zandt remade Psycho, so if Van Zandt can remake Psycho, we can remake Lawrence of Arabia, right?
Yeah. What if you gave it like a modern tinge?
You know who we get?
Yeah.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker to write the script.
Oh, gosh. And then throw in Mike Judge for effect, right?
Lawrence of Arabia, a John Waters film.
Ooh.
Something like that. I don't know.
Ooh. I see that might actually. Wait a minute.
Unfortunately, Divine is not there to. I don't know.
Is there a way we can get Roger Corman?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we spitball these ideas.
Yeah.
But
an Affleck Damon joint venture. What do you think?
Those guys. American actors.
Yeah.
American actors, not British.
Well, I don't mind Matt Damon. I don't mind him.
So
Affleck, though, I've got a slight issue with. Me and Affleck, we got issues.
Well,
we have a history, Affleck and I. We go back.
Affleck.
He was all right in Mallrats.
That joke has not happened a million times before.
Affleck.
Okay, so here's my other. This is a update on. This is a segment we call "Update on Benedict Cumberbatch News."
Yes. That's very Cumberbatchian of you.
For some weird reason.
Okay.
I like the sci-fi. I'm a huge sci-fi fan.
Huge.
And this is like from day one.
Huge.
I mean, look, we were sending people out to the moon.
Yeah.
And then there was sci-fi back in the 60s.
Yes.
Star Trek
2000
was from the 60s.
2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Where was that filmed? England, all the good stuff. I mean, Star Trek,
Pinewood
California.
Studios, right?
Yeah.
London, England.
California, Star Trek. But the other stuff. Well, there's the Jerry and Sylvia Anderson from the UK.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
They made all the little puppet shows with rockets, and they had tons of kids' shows. And they're probably their best known, the most ambitious, the one that had probably the most ambitious special effects and was most popular and syndicated here in the U.S. that I saw as a little kid was called the Thunderbirds.
Oh, gosh.
Thunderbird 1, Thunderbird 2.
Yes.
They even did Hollywood remake live-action film of the Thunderbirds several years ago. I don't have it, but I watched it with my kid with the late, we can say the late, you can believe this one, Bill Paxton.
Oh, yeah.
And young Hudgens, that gal.
Yeah.
She's
Vanessa Hudgens?
Vanessa Hudgens is in it, yeah. She plays Tintin.
Really?
But anyway, so, the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Then they finally decided to do an actual live action, maybe not so kids but adult, because the special effects were great. The model work rivaled anything. They had tons of spaceships, right? This spaceship, that spaceship, and they had ways to film it, and they're very meticulous. So they did this show called UFO, and it was about a secret organization in England, of all places, fighting UFO aliens coming down in flying saucers, trying to invade Earth. We don't know why. It was mysterious.
It is.
And all these great British actors in it.
Ooh.
One of them, actually, a few of the actors had been in James Bond movies.
Wow.
The lead actor, the guy who plays the guy who heads up the thing, has he's one actor that's been in 2 or 3 James Bond movies just as side characters. He was in Dr. No, and he was in another one, Diamonds Are Forever or something like that, I think. Ooh. So I'm all about that. Yeah. And this was 60s Britain.
Yeah.
So it's got all the good special effects, crazy storylines, just check it out. You can go up to YouTube and check out some UFO. It's 60s. And then Sylvia Anderson, the guy's wife, Jerry, and Sylvia, she was all about the costume design and stuff. So it's like tight-fitting clothes. Guys are wearing jumpsuits and tight-fitting clothes. Yeah. The ladies are wearing tight-fitting clothes. Wow. You may have seen a picture that they have a moon base, and it's all staffed by these women in silver suits with purple wigs.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. But they're doing serious work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not...
we need more of that
sexy.
today.
They do the 60s sexy thing. Well, I mean, they do the sexy. And sexist. It's sexy and sexist.
Go figure.
Because it's a 1969. But... No, it was.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway, so there was a lady...
Yeah.
A co-star.
Okay.
Had a major role on this. And I can't remember her character.
Mm-hmm.
But she is, and here, let me, I'll just pull it up for you. Here she is. Okay. I posted this on my Facebook. There she is. You see her there? In the middle, she's in one of the silver outfits, very 60s, great hair. But she usually wore this purple outfit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great looking lady. Her name.
Yes.
The actor's name, actress, when you say back in the day, was Wanda Ventham. Wanda Ventham. She's been, this woman, this is Benedict Cumberbatch's mom. She's actually Benedict Cumberbatch's mom. Yes. That's his mom.
Wow.
I was just like, actually, here's another picture. Here's said.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Cumberbatch with mom.
Yeah.
Wanda Ventham.
Yeah.
I think she's in her probably 80s or something.
Wow.
Yeah. I was
Cumberbatch, so no wonder he's got pedigree.
Exactly.
Look at him.
That's exactly right.
Holy cow.
Yeah. There's his mom, Wanda Ventham, and like I said, she was in this show UFO that I used to watch as a kid. I love this show.
Yeah.
And she. Yeah, I mean, it's her opening scene in the pilot.
Can you go back to that picture?
Which one?
The picture of the Benedict's mother. Because I just recognized something in it.
Well, that's them today, or around today.
But the one with the 3-shot where the purple and then the silver.
Yes,
right there. The one on the right. Look at her smirk. It's the exact same Benedict Cumberbatch smirk.
I know. That was the thing.
That's where he got it from.
I looked at that.
Wow.
And I said, because I know, I mean, I'm this is one of my fandoms.
Yeah.
I'm a Jerry Sylvia. They call them Fandersons.
Ooh.
Out in the UK, international.
Ooh.
Like Italians, Germans, us in the and it's Brit stuff. If you like the Brit stuff.
Yeah.
And if you like sci-fi. Just like being a trekker kind of a person. And so I'm big, and UFO is... Now, you know the follow-up to UFO was... You do know this one. It was Space 1999 with Martin Landau. Same...
Gotcha.
Because the story is they sent it over... Landau. They were like, oh, is it a kid's show? It's not a kid's show. Gosh, this is an adult. People are doing adult things in this thing and fighting UFOs, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
And so then they put it on... And then it started getting a syndication following in the U.S. And then they called up Sir Lou Grade, who was the big syndicator in the U.K.
Mm-hmm.
What else was he known for? Kind of a little show called The Muppet Show that he syndicated.
Wow.
Sir Lou Grade. Look it up. But anyway, they called him up and they said, hey, Sir Lou, this UFO thing's tracking pretty well here in the U.S. Send us some more episodes. And then they go, oh, the Anderson, they shut the show down. They did the 2 seasons
episodes.
And they're done. They're over. And they were like, well, you got something to send us? Because the people are eating up the sci-fi with the silver jumpsuits and stuff on the moon and the spaceships. And then the Anderson said, how about a moon base? How about Space 1999? Set kind of in a different thing. It's not really the same.
Bam.
But they were like, we'll do a moon base.
Martin Landau.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. I looked at this picture. And same thing, I looked at her and I said, of course, like you said, on the right, she's got that smirk.
The Cumberbatchian smirk?
And she does that in the TV show every once in a while, especially when someone makes a sexist remark and she goes, oh, really? Well, men are very small, aren't they? She always has some like weird comeback like that, you know. The very opening scene... The opening scene is hilarious. They have the second in command guy, and he's this middle-aged, curmudgeonly
number 2
guy.
He's our kind of guy, then.
Yeah, he's a complete sexist too.
Oh, wow.
So, like the whole
Maybe
pilot,
he's not so much our guy.
He's like checking the ladies out in the secret facility. Good. They're on an SST, of course, a supersonic flight, because it's...
The
Did I mention that this show, which was produced in 1969, is actually imagining a near future of 1982. 1980. No, 1980.
Wow.
So at the beginning of the titles, you see like electric cars and people in the silver jumpsuits and all that, and these electric sports cars. Which, hey, guess what? Tesla, we have those now in 2017.
Yeah.
And Nero suits, a lot of that. Nehru.
Yeah, but I feel like I've gotten ripped off, man. I want my silver jumpsuit.
It's super sexy.
Right.
And I'd say that all the women are dressed super sexy, which they are in this program.
Sure.
But the dudes are also wearing tight jumpsuits and things too. And so
for the ladies,
there's scenes that I never caught that I've seen rewatch, and I've got the box set, you know.
Of course.
I had to, and you will pry that out of my dead cold hand. You can't find it. It's not on Blu-ray. I can't find it on Blu-ray, but they did do the DVDs. The A&E. They did all the British series. They did The Saint. They did the Secret Agent Man. They did The Prisoner. They did the Avengers.
Love the Saint. Simon Templar, dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
They did this UFO. They did the Thunderbirds. They did all the Brit stuff.
The old David Suchet, Hercule Poirot. Mm-hmm. And there was even a cool... they did it only like one season's worth. I think it's because Gene Wilder was getting up there in age, and I just, for whatever reason. But the very first show of it was called Murder in a Small Town, where he played a retired sort of Broadway director, and he'd get into like these little kind of townish sort of mysteries. I love the show.
Yeah.
Love the show. A&E though, I feel
yeah. I mean, it was like
they did all the Brit stuff.
Yeah, they did, you know, and so they did all these like '60s cult classics, right? And of course, the Jerry and Sylvia Anderson stuff is right in there.
Bam.
And so they released them all on DVD if you were lucky enough to get them at the time.
Yeah.
So you know, I have the thing, and it's just so 60s. I mean, it makes James Bond blush. It's so good. And it's TV. Yeah. I mean, there was one scene where I'm watching, and the three dudes kind of walk in, and it's just the dudes.
Just the dudes.
It's just the dudes, right?
And in their silver jumpsuits.
In their jumpsuits.
Yeah.
And the one dude, literally, they walk in, and before the dude has a line, swear to God, I laughed and replayed this scene over and over again.
Okay.
The dude walks in, and the one dude takes a take down on, it's like, whoa. That's a package.
Wow.
And it was like, I mean, it was like really like, because think of the 60s though.
Yeah.
And so you think, well, you know, the women kind of exploiting, kind of doing that thing. It's like, oh, no. This was equal opportunity. This was like, I got my jumpsuit and, going camping, carrying a package there. I don't know.
That's
that
is saucy.
But it was a sick. Think about it.
Yeah.
The late 60s.
Yes.
The space age.
Yeah. Space age meets the British 60s sex revolution sort of stuff, right?
Have you ever read about the space program, the NASA astronauts? Basically, you go into a bar in Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
You go, I'm an Apollo astronaut. You're done.
Right.
There you go. It's like,
Gotcha.
You'll have people to talk to and friendly people.
I Dream of Jeannie, right? Cocoa
friendly
Beach.
People in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's the 60s.
Yeah.
And so this Wanda Bentham, she was like, and the dad.
Yeah.
Now I'm not as familiar with his work. He's also actor in Britain. So dad, mom are Benedict's mom and dad.
Wow.
And what I didn't know is they had a little cameo on the Sherlock, playing Sherlock's parents. They come in just a brief cameo.
Oh my God, that's them?
That's them.
Holy
that's Wanda.
cow.
That's Benedict's real mom and dad.
Yeah, because Watson, he's grilling them because he's actually got Holmes' parents right there, so he's asking him all these idiosyncratic, sort of. Oh.
And I'm not sure, I can't remember.
And they're like just normal parents too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because him and Mycroft, they're like just their own universe.
There was actually a picture I found of the four of them, of the three of them, and then the four of them with Mycroft and Benedict as Sherlock and Wanda. And I'm sorry, I don't know the dad's name. He's a British television actor.
We'll just call him Mr. Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
Mr. Cumberbatch. I
think he has a sister too who was an actor.
Oh.
So he has a sister, Cumberbatch. But anyway, it just blew me away. I'm like thinking, wow, this is like, well, look, I went down this rat hole of the Catwoman over the weekend too. Julie
Newmar, yes.
Lee Merriweather.
Oh, yeah.
Eartha Kitt. I ended up, you know where I ended up? On a YouTube video of Maury Povich.
Wow.
With Julie
You're not the father.
Julie Newmar.
Yeah.
Lee Merriweather and Eartha Kitt calling in from London from a stage show she was doing. This was like 99 or something like that.
Wow.
The only to be rivaled by the appearance of the late Adam West. Who and this is the relevance because we lost Adam
last week in
the news. Batman. Everyone's like, Burt Ward.
Yes.
And the original Batmobile, all on the Donnie and Marie. They had a television chat show back in the late. No, not that one. Like the late '90s, they had a daytime show.
You're absolutely
the Donnie Marie show.
The Donnie Marie show.
And I was just like, oh, remember we saw Burt Ward.
Yeah.
He was at Comic-Con.
He was.
We actually did see him.
I actually stole behind his little lectern area and sat down there.
Dude, that was it. And you sat in Burt Ward's chair, and did he come and kick you out? Wasn't it like, who the hell are you, bald guy?
Right, yeah, because I'm sitting there, and me and my
just after you call security, it's like, here's the camera crew. We're all like, we're just joking around.
Yeah, our little wristbands. I got us out of trouble so many times during that thing. But you're right. He comes walking in there, and me, when you think you come out like Burt Ward, and so very, profound. I look at him and I say to him, stare him right in the eyes, and I say, hey, you're Burt Ward.
Yeah.
And he said, yes, and you're in my seat.
You're in my seat. Yeah.
But I did it on purpose because there's no one back there, so I go sit in his chair, and there are people walking by, and they see Burt Ward, and then they look down at me, and I know what went through their heads. They're like, God, Burt Ward has just not aged well.
That's what we did.
That's
right. Now I remember. I know there's video footage of all this somewhere. I don't know how much we used. I think we left that one on the cutting room floor because we didn't want to incriminate ourselves.
No, we didn't want.
We were breaking security with our press passes and filming Jason pretending he's Burt Ward and trying to get kids to come up and sign. It's like, oh yeah, I was Robin. Yeah, that was me.
That was me.
Now, if we could only have got you to be Peter Mayhew as well as Chewbacca.
I totally messed that up. Remember, I forgot that one guy's name. And I mixed up both names. Yeah. I totally flubbed that one up.
But we could have got you in Peter Mayhew's chair, snuck you in there. Yes, I'm Chewbacca. Well, you could do Chewbacca. You could. Kids looking at you. God, he's real short for Chewbacca.
Mom, isn't Wookiee supposed to have more hair?
Yeah, he uses stilts.
Yeah.
Trust me, he's not really 7 foot tall.
What? That right, the time when we were down there and we harassed for a few minutes, Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
From the side, hey Henry, I'm Tracy. Come, guys, leave me alone, dude.
Oh, I think I missed that one. Yeah. I think that was the one I missed.
No, you were there. We came up from the side of him, and I just I'm like, hey, I'm gonna harass Henry Winkler for a moment. And so I think I came up with Yo Fonzie. And it didn't go good after that. He just kind of looked at me and gave me the stink eye and stuff.
You know you were
Loved you in the water, boy. That's what he's known for, his body of work, right?
Yeah,
and I'm poking the stick. Come on, Winkler.
Yeah, you were gonna be like, hey, you're gonna jump the shark. Oh yes, I'm sure, Mister.
Did you ever? I can't even say it.
Mr.
Can't go there.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I'm sure Mr. Winkler would appreciate that.
Yeah.
He's an author and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
I guess
mensch. He's a mensch.
Yeah, and I guess he's like the world's nicest guy too. And here I am, just being a total d-bag to him. I'm poking the bear. Poking the bear.
Jeez, Jason, I can't imagine that
What?
at all in my head. You being a d-bag to a celebrity.
What?
I'm watching this like Burt Ward, and Burt pretty much looked at it, and I keep thinking, I'm having flashbacks with this Batman, this Burt Ward thing, and then it popped in my head that you were trying to impersonate. Security, we've got a bald guy here trying to impersonate Robin from the Batman TV series. We need an escort out.
Poor Rich, the whole time, he's like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, yes, I can. And so I'm like harassing Brent Spiner for a moment. He comes out and says, Brent, how you doing?
You're the scene out of the beginning of the music video Panama with Van Halen. They're escorting David Lee Roth
down the hallway in his handcuffs.
Panama,
That's right.
It's like, which, by the way, do you know that that's not real?
No.
Did you know that?
What, him being dragged down the hallway? I don't know. I'd heard that it was some sort of gag they put on him or something like that.
Yeah, it was. They did it for the video. That was not actually. It looked real.
Yeah.
You thought, and it was.
And believable, too. David Lee Roth back then. He's getting drugged out of hotel rooms.
I think what they were doing is paying homage to. Was it the US Festival that they had? And I believe David Lee got arrested. He got arrested? US
Festival 1983.
Because he had said something on stage that kind of incited a little riot. And so they said, hey, by the way, when you incite a riot on stage, that's illegal.
Yeah.
It's like this is a misdemeanor or a felony. But they had good Van Halen lawyers and things worked out. But that I believe that the idea there was kind of to pay tribute to the fact that
the whole rock and roll lifestyle, he's getting drugged out. It's a total Morrison moment, right? Yeah. He's getting drugged out of some hotel.
Oh, a Morrison moment.
Yeah.
So that's been.
God, we got to do that.
Cumberbatch.
We got to do next year's
Alan Smithee. We go deep on this show, by the way.
Yeah. Talk about deep state. We are the deep state.
We are the deep state. We are the deep state of BS.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
That's our new headline, the deep state of...
We are the deep state of BS, man.
Yeah.
That's where we
live. We're trying
to
keep it clean because of some radio, TV stuff going on. Yeah. Not right. Maybe eventually we'll have something.
We got to toe the line.
Announcement or something.
Yeah.
So that's why we're kind of like on the internet and not dropping F-bombs every 5 minutes.
We got to mind our
Jason on Wednesday.
We got to mind our P's and Q's.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to. I mean, it doesn't matter on the internet, but matters to the non-internet.
And then it went on one south.
Jeff Sessions is done with the internet. Well, then
what internet when he gets done?
We'll be the church lady.
Do you remember the internet? Oh yeah, I remember it. There wasn't that one thing before Sessions got to it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, well, that was my political statement for the day.
That's right.
We keep away
political rant. Over.
Yeah, we don't talk about politics. So that was my thing. I went down that rat hole of David Lynch.
David Lynch rat hole.
Well, I love David Lynch.
Yeah.
I love David Lynch.
Dune?
And in the Wikipedia it said, it wasn't critical and commercial failure and all that. And I'm like...
I don't know about that.
No, it was. It was at the time.
Yeah, but it's kind of still sort of influential,
and they cut it... Well, it was critical and commercial failure. They cut it down to 2 hours. Lynch was not happy with that. Yeah. There was a whole bunch of footage, and then the reason they he had Alan Smithee put on this remake on television was because then they took his edits, the stuff they didn't use, and put it back in. And they did this to Ridley Scott, I believe, in Blade Runner, in a version of Blade Runner, where they said, we should put back some stuff that Ridley did. But the director, no. That's the thing. It wasn't the director's cut because the director was. So it's like, hey, what are you doing in the director's cut? I'm not. I didn't approve this.
No.
excuse me, I didn't approve this. So that was kind of the David Lynch long version, which I think I've seen once, but I don't think you can get it. But it's over time, it just as a film and kind of a visualization, it has aged, I thought, pretty well as a body of work of David Lynch.
Okay.
So last night is Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Twin Peaks: The Return.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I haven't seen
episode
it. Still
7.
haven't seen it.
Episode 7. It was a big one. It was a doozy. Oh, everyone's like, we tied up so many ends from the TV series and the movie Fire Walk with Me. So if you're a big Twin Peaks David Lynch fan, it's a good one.
Damn.
And then I read some stuff, Kyle MacLachlan and Laura Dern.
Ah, yes.
She was not a character in Twin Peaks, but she's done movies with David Lynch, and she likes to work with David Lynch. And David Lynch invited her to be part of this new Twin Peaks.
Excellent.
I will not say what character it is, although if you check out the spoilers, you'll know.
Okay.
Because it's been revealed in the last 2 episodes.
Gotcha.
She plays a character at Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
A well-known character.
Wow.
But anyway.
Okay.
So Laura Dern's in it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun ride. I like this. So you never actually watched Twin Peaks?
I've never seen 1 minute of the TV show or any of the movies.
It is on Netflix. The TV show.
I gotta check it out. Yeah, that's in my queue, but it's down the line because I'm still wrapping my mind around House of Cards.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting there and then I got sore throat. I'm like on this precipice of a cold, and when I get that way, I said, "Man, I need Underwood to save the day."
Yeah, I was not going to do this new season of House of Cards. I was not going to binge watch it because I was, politics. Oh my gosh! I mean, House of Cards. Look around you,
right?
But then
I
started watching it, and I did enjoy this season. I actually ended up enjoying it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
I'm now season 2. I'm mowing through it.
I think this last season I liked. The season before it, I didn't like as much, if I recall.
Gotcha.
I don't know, but
I'm just holding my own until Game of Thrones comes out next month.
Yeah, see, that's the one I never watched. So.
You never watched Game of Thrones?
You know who was on Game of Thrones? Talk about old. That's nice of you.
Talk about old.
Well, she's in her 80s or something too.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But Dinah Rigg.
Oh, the Avengers.
I did not know she's in the Game of Thrones. She plays a character in Game of Thrones.
Yes,
yeah.
She plays a mother of a lady who is marrying the kid.
Huge Diana Rigg fan.
Yeah, huge. You're right.
This guy right here. Yeah. Mrs. Emma Peel.
She did something in the 90s, 80s or 90s.
She used to host a
masterpiece.
Show. Yes, she used to host a show, Mystery.
Yes.
Mystery. She used to host a PBS, kind of the...
She was sexy even back then. I remember watching like, man, for an older lady, she is hot. Diana Rigg.
There we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sexist with Curmudgeons here.
No, I'm just like, man, she's for a lady in her 50s at that time, wow. Diana Rigg.
Okay. Well, now we're going to go down here.
We're there.
This is like
we're there.
Really welcome to the New Man Show.
Right.
Pretty soon we'll have trampolines and stuff.
Ooh.
No. Yeah, and it'll be Jason bouncing up on the trampoline.
Jay-Z, get on the trampoline.
No, you.
Oh, me? No one wants to see my moves on the trampoline.
Yeah, but that's what it will be. It'll be the 21st century version.
Old guy on a trampoline.
I do have man news. That I can tie in here, but I'll get to it in a second. And you're gonna love this one because I did not know this at all.
Mm-hmm. Did you know?
But
speaking
of, and Laura Dern.
Laura
Dern.
Yeah.
She, by the way,
great actress.
What big movie is she coming up in?
Ooh, don't know.
Big blockbuster culture, the new Star Wars.
Really?
Laura Dern's playing a character. I think she's going to be a general or something.
Wow.
For the good guys, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
No, Laura Dern's going to be in the new Star Wars.
She was Jurassic Park, right? Laura Dern?
Yes. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Great in that. And Wild at Heart, David Lynch.
Good movie.
And Mulholland Drive. And there was another one she did.
Mulholland Drive.
Yeah. So, Laura Dern, yeah.
Okay.
And the lady who plays Laura Palmer, she's, yeah. But anyway, who else is in Twin Peaks and is in the new Twin Peaks? Peggy Lipton. You remember Peggy Lipton, the Mod Squad?
Okay. Yep.
What was her name? Peggy? Well, whatever. It was Link.
Yeah.
All I remember from the Mod Squad was always Link.
And yeah.
And then it would be like running, run, do 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 do. But anyway, Peggy Lipton, she got to start young Peggy Lipton. She was kind of the hippie blonde California girl in the Mod Squad. And then she went on, I think she was on L.A. Law. She was on a bunch of TV shows. I think L.A. Law, she was
Peggy Lipton,
a huge thing. And she ended up on Twin Peaks as well. She's owns the diner, diner person. Who was, she got married, had kids, had a husband. Husband's name?
Don't know.
Guy you've never heard of before in your life, if you know anything about music, Quincy Jones.
Oh, she married No.
Quincy Jones' ex-wife.
No.
They had a kid too.
Wow.
Yeah. Quincy Jones' ex-wife.
Wow.
Peggy Lipton. And then,
yeah.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
She's in the new Twin Peaks. Yeah. She's just kind of in the diner and all that. It's like, Peggy Lipton. I'm looking at, Peggy Lipton. Who's all coming back? And there's a lot of these great old experience. Let's not say old. Experienced actors. Two of the actors in
seasoned.
Well, two of the seasoned actors in Twin Peaks famously were in West Side Story.
Ooh.
So I'm looking at the Peggy Lipton, and there's pictures there and all that stuff, recent stuff.
Yeah.
70 years old.
Wow.
And fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys like that. There's a couple guys I've seen. I was like, wow, how old is that guy? He looks great.
Yeah. Must be the oil of Olay.
Yeah, no. I was just
wow.
I was like, and I thought, I mean, you kind of guess, Mod Squad and all that. You kind of guess an age, but I would have never guessed Peggy Lipton was 70. I never would have guessed that.
Isn't it weird when you...
I would have guessed much younger. And based on her... photographic evidence. Yeah, I would have easily
held up well.
Guessed. Huh? Well, see, you can't say that now. You can't say held up well. It's like, gee, Jason, you've held up well.
That's the old. Nobody's ever said that. No,
but I know, but that all ends up kind of being sexist. Look, I'm
I
trying
don't
to give
mean
you
it that way.
I know you don't.
I just mean it that.
But it's the language now. We gotta be careful. We can't just like.
Okay, I gotta work on that.
Wow, you held up well there. Yeah. It's like if people are like.
Well, I've been running it.
I know what you mean. That's how we used to talk.
Yeah.
Back in the curmudgeonly,
Yeah, because
back in the 60s.
What I'm running into now is
everything. I'm running into everything.
The wall. But no, I have these reference points from when I was a younger man, and to me they're always still frozen in amber. Right?
Yeah.
At that moment. And so when I see people 30 and 40 years later, well, of course they've aged, They've got it's no longer 1976. They're, And so to me when I say, wow, they held up well, just, to me it means looking remarkable, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around it's no longer 1976 and they're no longer, what it is.
I mean, you mean well.
I mean well.
I'm just trying to help you with the language
0.2% of harassment.
Oh, God.
But a very low threshold of harassment. Oh. But no, I just, that's,
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I discovered
What should I say then when that comes up? What should be my go-to thing?
Nothing. I don't know. I really, boy. See, you put me on the spot.
How do you? Because I don't mean it. What's another alternative?
Well, you're not supposed to do a looks thing, right?
Yeah.
So
aged well? Wow.
No, you can't. No.
Is that ageist?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Could be ageist. It could be sexist if you say that. To someone
what does the Good Housekeeping seal of approval? What's their approval on the sayings?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it'd
What's
be like
J.D. Power say about this?
You look like you could get the Good Housekeeping seal of approval.
That's right. Hey, that could work. In certain situations, in certain cocktail parties, that could work.
Oh, it's just hot or not.
Gosh. Yeah, I tried to make it better, and all I did was dig a hole.
Don't you all out there give me that PC crap
Right.
about hot or not.
Yeah.
You're using this
Everyone
little thing
does
called
it.
the Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you know how that started? Mm-hmm. It was a hot or not.
That's Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He was rating co-eds.
All the old people that he went to school with or whatever.
Yeah, it was all the students in co-eds, and you could
rate Zuckerberg.
Rate people. Well, hot or not. There was that site called Hot or Not.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was them or not, but there was a and I remember like people co-workers would say, "Hey, have you seen this site Hot or Not? It's great. See, you look at these pictures of the," and I'm thinking, and I literally at that point, I try to be enlightened.
Sure.
I admit, being a curmudgeon and being the generation we are, you just grow up in an unenlightened place, and you try to be enlightened, but you're in a culture, so you try to stop. But even then, it was like I'm looking at these guys doing hot or not, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Like it isn't even at the time I was like, isn't that like a little objectifying?
It is,
looking at pictures of ladies on the internet and rating if they're hot or not. I mean, it's like, come on.
And Jason has a theory about this.
That's
I do.
That's some deep state.
Yeah, it is.
Man show.
It is
stuff.
I feel like we're almost the Generation X guys that are our age now. Now that we're in our 40s and in our 50s now, we are
for yourself. I'm 24.
We're all 27 today. Why not? But no, we are a bridge generation. And I was trying to explain this to my wife a while ago because she was like, she has this normal thing of, why do you think the way you think? What's going on inside your
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
How long have you been married?
We've been, this August, we will have been together 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
20
yeah.
years.
20 years. Right.
20 years.
2 decades, man.
And
putting up with this.
And after 20 years, what does your wife ask you?
Sometimes she's still marveled on. Sometimes she'll say, I don't understand what is going on inside your head. Explain yourself.
After 20 years.
Well, I told her, though. I said, listen, we are the last bridge generation.
You're like the pet dog. Like you've had the pet dog for 10 years.
That's what she means by that.
And the pet dog goes and eats the newspaper or something, or does, look what I did. What dogs do.
Yeah.
Crazy things.
Rover, that's just...
I ate the chair or whatever.
Right.
And you're like, I don't understand how you think.
Right.
Right?
Explain
You've had
yourself.
This dog for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's you.
But no, we are a bridge... We are a bridge generation, folks, and I'm going to tell you why. You say, Jason...
I'm hoping your wife thumbs up right now on the thumbs up on the video.
Yeah, I'm sure. If right now, this is what she's doing right now, I can guarantee it. She's like looking at the screen and she's doing this.
Exactly.
No, but we are bridge generation. Our parents grew up, were born most likely during the Great Depression. Okay, and you had the formative World War II, 50s, nuclear age, yada yada. You had a Cold War. We are the bridge generation because we are between the 20th century and the 21st century. Our kids are millennials.
Yeah.
And with us, we grew up with still preconceptions of that generation before us, but we're having to change ourselves because of the new values of the burgeoning millennials, right? So we're that bridge generation. There are things today that we grew up with that people would be appalled at today. Appalled at.
Oh, yeah.
And remember that, and I'm not going to say the name of it because it's a very offensive name, but we never thought of it back in the day. It was like a form of whoever's got a football, you got to tackle him. He's got to pass something. It's called smear the. I'm not going to say the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's a very offensive thing. And when you look back today, I'm like, oh my God. But to us, we never thought of it because that was just from the generation before, and that's what we grew up with.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
But I can think of examples.
But
restaurant names, for example.
Yes, exactly.
Oh boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, people today, when I try to explain the old restaurant chain Sambo's.
Yes, yeah, that's the one.
They're like, what? No, you're kidding me. Never was there ever. Come on, people ain't that stupid. That's so offensive. But I'm like, well, that's what.
Yeah.
I lived through that.
We could actually one of these days we're gonna have. We've talked about someday actually doing a history podcast, and although lately a lot of people have come out and done a lot of things, a history of Portland, about racism in Portland, restaurant names and all sorts of. And there's pictures.
We need to talk with Doc Housel about that. The pop culture references of the earlier generation, and how it translates to nowadays and with millennials. Because my kid is so quirky like me. He is so fascinated about stuff that I dealt with back in the 70s and 80s that he's like, today it's like, really? That really happened back then? No way. There is no way sentient human life forms believe that back then. I was like, yeah. Well, yep.
Bringing it back to my safe space, Star Trek.
Yes.
Which we need to do.
We do.
We now get to Star Trek.
Yes.
I remember a guy I know. I don't know why he was doing this, but he had tweeted out that he was watching some old Star Trek with his kid. Maybe because they had watched the new movies, I'm sure the Chris Pine stuff, right? Because if you're a little kid, if you're going to watch Star Trek now, unless you have a parent who's like a Star Trek fan who goes, "Oh, we need to go. You need to meet Spock. Wait, before we do anything, you need to meet Spock." Meet Spock. This is what I did with my kid. No, you need to meet Spock before you meet Data.
Yes.
I'm a nerd. But he and his kid were watching apparently some old Star Trek episodes. Gosh, I want to say it was the ones from the 60s, but it could have even been Next Generation.
Really?
But I think it was the 60s.
Yeah.
And he said, my son is kind of appalled at the sexism in the thing. And for the original Star Trek, it's like, yeah, although in historical context,
they tried to break new ground.
There's way new ground being broken here.
Uhura and Kirk?
Well, everything. Just the makeup of the bridge alone.
Yeah.
And let's just say Star Trek wasn't high on the KKK viewer list and the TV guide there.
Yeah.
I don't know what would be. Oh, God. Anyway, and it's great that we bring these. See, we're going into bummer end of half hour, but we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. Because there's always a lot of news. You can go out and get your news, and then good luck with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always like, it's always interesting how these subjects come up in the 2017, because I always said I grew up on this stuff, the Star Trek and all that. And maybe there was sexy 60s. That's just was the 60s, okay? Look at the bands. Look at Go-Go, the Go-Go, the boots and the mini skirts and all that.
These boots are made for walking.
And that's came out in the 60s. Bikini. I saw a picture
named after an island that's no longer there.
Nuclear testing.
There you go.
I saw a photograph just recently on the internet of a French policeman. Get it? A French policeman writing up a ticket to a young lady on a beach because she was wearing a bikini, and it was illegal to wear a bikini. And that's France. Yeah. And this was like, I don't know what the time period was. I'm guessing maybe 60s-ish somewhere.
Yeah.
So, right?
Yeah.
So that's what was going on. But nonetheless, what you saw there was more forward-thinking things, like Star Trek and all that. Way forward-thinking.
Yeah.
People working together, men and women working together.
There was no countries anymore. There were planets.
No countries. And aliens of different genders and cultures and all that. I mean, all of that stuff is like, I'll say sci-fi isn't really about space. It's about Earth. It's about humanity. It always is. So you do that.
Separate. Right? Yeah. Instead of Klingon, put in Russian at that time.
As a kid, I was always like, okay, I'm watching this, which means by the time we get to 2017, if I'm still around, still here, this is what we'll have, right? This is what, it'll be like, gosh, remember when people were racist back in the day? God, wasn't that crazy? What was up with that, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Now here we are, 2017, and it's like, what the hell is going on?
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
What the hell's going on, folks? Yeah. This makes no sense to this guy right here, because I was promised a different future.
Right. Right.
I don't want that.
Right.
Anyway.
But to roll up everything in just a nice, neat little package real quick before we move on is, I guess what I'm trying to say is when I talk to my kid and I try to relate things to him from my generation and that perspective into now is as we gotten older and we've moved into a distinct different generation with different thoughts, different morals, different ideas. As a guy my age, we have to reevaluate all that stuff. That's it.
Right.
Just reevaluation,
I apologize.
Anyway, what's going on?
I'm really sorry because I stepped over your thing and,
No,
I did a
no.
little giggle.
It's all
And
good.
that's not anything you were saying.
No. It's all good.
I'm sure you were saying something very important.
Not really.
No, it was good. No,
Not really.
No, I mean sometimes we gotta kind of like move, prep up the next thing, and
Yes.
I stay and you check that. And
Well, no,
we
just
do that.
ending it real quick, finishing my
No,
thought.
it was fine,
Move
and
on.
I inappropriately giggled
Nah, it's all good.
because I was looking at my next item.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a build. There's a segue for you. All right. Excellent. Yes.
Back to the men's and back to the men's
Yes.
in costuming department.
Ooh.
I have found out so much information.
Okay.
Like my head is full of useless information.
Yeah, me too.
I have to take a sip of coffee for
Gotcha.
this. Okay.
I am the vault of useless information.
Like that Wanda Ventham, this
Yeah.
lady that I watched on this show that I loved and loved her and loved the whole cast and loved everybody, is Benedict Cumberbatch's mom. Like it was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You remember the show Three's Company?
Yes, of course. Jack Ritter, Suzanne Summers.
Take a knock at the door.
The Regal Beagle. Remember that back then? Yeah.
The Ropers.
The Ropers.
And then later it was, Don Knotts.
Donna, Hurley or whatever.
Yeah,
Farley.
Right?
Furley. And they're always going down to the Regal Beagle at Singles Bar.
Take a walk. Anyway,
Right.
I always like that little theme song.
Three's Company.
So I don't know how this happened.
Okay.
I have no idea how the Three's Company
where
thing popped
are
up.
we going now? This is great. Yeah.
I have new information, man.
Breaking news.
I have no idea where this came up.
Yeah.
I used to watch the show.
Okay.
When it was on, it was must-see TV.
Three's
it was
Company.
a popular
Got it.
show.
Yeah.
Especially with the original three with Chrissy and with Suzanne Summers. Joyce DeWitt.
Joyce DeWitt.
And John Ritter.
John,
the great,
of course.
late John Ritter. Sadly passed away a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely before his time. And this is no disrespect to actor John Ritter.
Okay.
But and then later they like Chrissy was off and they had contracts and they did stuff and that's how that goes, right?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out now here's the thing. We are original people. Like we kind of grew up in that time where you actually could have watched that show on the television when it was actually airing on the television. First run. Okay? Yeah. Now a lot of the kids, a lot of the younger, which are now like adults in their 30s or more, where did they know these shows like Three's Company and that?
Syndication.
Syndication, Nick at Night, right?
Yes.
The Nick at Night.
TV Land,
huge
Nick at Night.
TV Land, Nick at Night. They still have. Oh, go get your free digital antenna. If you have one of the new flat panel TVs,
okay,
it automatically has a digital tuner in it.
Sure.
Get a good like little amplified antenna, turn it on. They got like the whole like side channels of Me TV and this TV. And they play MASH. They play Three's Company. They play Columbo. They play all this crap. If you just want to be like me and be a curmudgeon and say, I hate everything new, I'm gonna watch your old Kolchak the Night Stalker.
We need Petticoat Junction.
Petticoat Junction.
I love Petticoat Junction.
Gilligan's Island. But anyway, so the Nick at Night. So people saw these shows in syndication, and Three's Company was definitely a syndication. Nick at Night. What I did not know, this did not happen in the first run, and probably because I'm guessing there weren't VCRs and stuff back when Three's Company was on.
Okay.
I mean, there were, but it wasn't a thing that you had in your home. You had to kind of wait until the 80s and cable and MTV.
Right.
When you got the first VCR and the first tapes. I had my first tapes, and they're like MTV and music videos from the 80s and was it the whatever that festival was?
Yes, festival, yeah.
Or whatever.
Sure.
The We Are the World festival. Whatever that one was. I got tapes
the
from that.
two, the US Festival and Farm Aid back in the day.
Yeah, I have tapes of those.
Yeah.
Right. Because that was a big, huge... That was like the Woodstock of the 80s.
US Festival, yeah.
Phil Collins is playing at Wembley. Phil Collins is playing with Led Zeppelin in New York. Whoa.
Wow.
Anyway, but Three's Company aired on the Nick at Night.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2001...
Okay.
A very astute viewer. I believe, and I don't know why, but I believe it was a woman.
Okay.
At least the article. I could be wrong, and that could be making the story up.
Yeah.
Wrote in, or whatever, 2001, maybe sent out an email, I don't know, called up the Nick at Night network and suggested that they edit one episode of Three's Company.
Mm.
And in that episode, and if you Google it, you will see actor John Ritter playing Jack Tripper.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And this is the 70s, right? The late 70s, is wearing short blue shorts.
Oh, boy. I can tell where this is going. Yeah.
I had no idea. And none of us had any idea. So in reruns on Nick at Night, an astute viewer, maybe perhaps with a VCR and a still stopper, discovered that Jack Tripper was showing a little bit more of his tripper in these short shorts in one brief scene of
He was peeking.
Three's Company.
Wow.
And actually, if you
You can actually Google it right now.
well.
Come and knock at our door.
You can Google,
He's got a package for you.
You can Google the actor's name or Jack Tripper with the phrase balls. You can click on images.
Oh, he had the saggy baggies, huh? Oh, boy.
I was laughing so hard. And the fact that this actually made it on television. I mean, it's brief. It's quick, brief, something that he was missing at the time. Bingo.
He's missing his briefs, yes.
Well, it was the 70s, though. You remember? Like we talked about the 60s with the tight jumpsuits and stuff. Remember the 70s? Remember the tight shorts that everyone wore? Oh, yeah. And the girls wore the ladies, the young girls, ladies,
hey, lady.
were wearing the shorts. And then the guys had to get in on the action.
Yep.
And then... I don't know, there was this trend in the 70s where people just forgot to put on their skivvies in the morning.
Yeah.
With the short shorts.
Yeah.
I remember this as a kid,
right,
too.
Me too.
Are you wearing your underwear?
That's why I'm quiet right now. I'm going through the old reverie, you know. Oh,
so, so there there's a brief moment.
So Tripper's Little Dipper,
of Jack Tripper kind of he's sitting on a bed in his blue shorts and he kind of adjusts himself. He's sitting.
Yeah.
I put up the photograph, but I think it's a little
risque.
Well, it's a little crass. And besides, this is interactive. I would prefer that the audience go out there
follow along
and follow along. And
if you're playing the home edition,
Google at your workplace.
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
The boss is like, "What are you?" I mean, it's not like
they'll think it's some code word. They're like, "What exactly is Tripper's balls? What is that?"
So
yeah.
And by that phrase, Jason means volleyball.
Yes.
When I read this, and I just read this, and I said, no way. No, I have not heard. This is the first time I ever heard of this.
This is great.
And of course, it happened after the fact. It happened in syndication.
It's probably something you just noticed years down the line that no one even gave a second.
It
slept past.
Wait a minute. It didn't.
Standards and practices didn't get to it.
No, there was an editor.
Wow.
At the network. Were they on ABC or whatever it was? I think it was ABC at the time. I could be wrong. The network, the guy who was editing that episode, he knew.
He knew.
He knew. Or she, but they knew.
Maybe it was a she.
Was in there. They knew it was in there.
Yeah.
Come on. You're not like sitting there editing in the editing because there's all editing on the videotape. You'll catch all that stuff in editing.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, believe me, it's like, hey, he's wearing really short. I mean,
Wow.
I as a video producer editor,
Yeah.
have even run into little situations like that where
You've had to do a little creative editing.
Well, a certain camera angle and someone's wardrobe or lack thereof.
Sure.
Kind of, and it's like, oh, we need to fix that. It's like, as a video editor.
That reminds me, folks, you can buy the Coffee with Curmudgeon's Wardrobe Malfunction Volume 1.
You are wearing shorts today. Oh, no.
I listen, I wear longer shorts because I do not run. I don't want to run into any tripper sort of.
Okay, so I read about this.
Yeah.
I used to watch it. I never heard about this. I was like, no, I did not know this fact. So I had to go and Google. It's like, because the first thing I'm like,
yeah,
how bad was it?
Right.
I mean, how bad was it?
How bad was it?
I would say on average. Okay, here's what I would say: not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
But
enough.
Bad.
Yeah.
Not as bad as it could have been, but bad.
Okay, I'm going to go home and Google this now. I won't do it right now since we're on air, but I will go home.
I mean, it's just like, he's wearing a nice purple T-shirt. Yeah. He's looking good. He's looking healthy. I mean, he was a healthy looking
healthy
guy. I mean, it's just kind of like, oh God. Not only that, but I watched Basic Instinct over the weekend.
Oh, the beaver shot, yeah.
Oh, come on, dude. Why do you have to go there?
The Sharon Stone. Oh, come, that's so famous, though. It's famous.
It is famous.
It's Sharon Stone.
Well, okay, look, you can say that because in The Naked Gun.
Yes, where the beaver standing there smoking a cigarette.
They parried it.
Yeah.
But... And the people on the Netflix, they're like, new people are like, oh, this movie sucks. I don't think it's like, no, it doesn't suck. It is the epitome of a film noir film. It has all the camera angles, the characters are like, oh, Michael Douglas is stupid, and it's like, dude, this is a whole like the entire movie plays to all the tropes of a film noir. Mm-hmm. I still think I was watching it, I'm going, God, Verhoeven just nailed the film. I mean, it's so formulaic, and the characters, it's like, it's a film noir. Go study your film noir.
Yeah.
Go look at the femme fatale, the Michael Douglas, the stupid cop sidekick, the captain.
The archetypes,
it's all there. Yeah. The tropes, they're all there. And Verhoeven makes no bones about it. He just puts them down right there on the cinema. And actually the camera angles and stuff are great.
That's what makes it work, though. Because, it's so blatant.
This is still, I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah.
But famously, there was an unrehearsed thing, which is Newman from Seinfeld. Newman, right? Yeah. Isn't it Newman?
Yeah.
The big guy, Newman. The glasses, and couldn't remember
Wayne
his
Knight.
name from. I couldn't remember his name from Seinfeld, but it's Newman.
Yeah.
Is the guy who's like the DA who's like interviewing her. Which is hilarious because you see him and you're like, Newman!
Newman!
But yeah, so that was that. But this thing with it just freaked me out. And so I'm wondering, how many of these things did we not catch?
Yeah.
What else is out there?
Yeah.
Now, here's something. Have you heard of this one? Okay. The only thing I could remember was, and here, I do know one. I can name a famous one.
Okay.
Star Wars.
What?
Yeah. Well, there's actually more. There's more in Star Wars, but yes. So with the invention of the VCR and then the stop motion, still stop and stuff, people started to find things in films that they didn't catch in the film.
Wow.
Now, Carrie Fisher famously talked about her wardrobe in the original Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that George Lucas basically said, Carrie, you do understand there are no bras in space. And she was like, well, okay, there's my explanation. Why,
Yeah.
But in Return of the Jedi,
okay,
there is a dancer.
Okay.
Something, I can't remember her name. And she slips and falls in Jabba the Hutt. And famously, there's a wardrobe slip there that people would stop the VCR. The other one I was thinking of, the one I was... welcome to the Man Show.
Okay.
We're stopping our VCRs. Now, remember we got into this with a Jack Tripper.
Yes.
Right? A Jack Tripper wardrobe slip.
Yeah.
not a female wardrobe, so Jack Tripper. Which, guys, if you're wearing short shorts and no skivvies, stuff will happen. I mean,
folks, gravity works.
Yeah, I mean, well, and just if you're kind of. I've had people tell me that before. It's like, I was at the coffee shop and I'm drinking coffee in the summer day, having tea out there at the coffee shop, and here's a dude, kind of free.
He's hanging out.
As we call freeing it. Parballing it. So, which the bad form. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that.
Right.
Where did this show go off the rails? Right. I blame Benedict Cumberbatch. So the other one I have heard about, is it Roger Rabbit? That there was some animation things that the animators have put things that you never noticed until people started stopping their VCRs and going,
Yes.
Which that's just deliberate, right? Somebody had to actually make that happen. So we're kids. We're innocently watching Three's Company. Oh yeah, okay. We don't know any better. And now all you dirty people with cable and Nick at Night and your VCRs and your stop motion, your stop.
Oh, look at that. There's Ritter.
You're all perving out on Three's Company now.
Yeah, but I mean, no one noticed that first run though. I mean, it's just may have been a little risque with the tight shorts, but other than that,
I mean, this is news to me.
No, yeah,
like last night.
That's fascinating.
I was like, really? Anyway.
Yeah. Interesting. That's very interesting. I did not know that.
That's the show.
That's right.
Oh look! The first reference on Snopes.
And that's your Monday.
I'm curious because I did not look at the Snopes. I looked at visual evidence, which popped right up. But this is Snopes.com.
Yeah.
John Ritter flashes camera? ? Rumor: actor John Ritter's testicles were briefly visible in an episode of Three's Company.
Yes.
Claim actor. Yes. Okay. Origins: no personal scandal tainted the name of actor John Ritter. No, he was considered a nice guy.
Yeah.
Best known for the 8 seasons he spent portraying the character of Jack Tripper, and then he did other stuff. Yeah. In the hit ABC sitcom Three's Company from 77 to 84.
And then his last one had something like 10, whatever was it, 10 Reasons for My Daughter, something like that. Was that it?
Nonetheless,
so you want to
one of Mr. Ritter's performances briefly became something of a cause celeb in March of 2001 when a viewer supposedly alerted Nickelodeon, a cable station which was rerunning old episodes of Three's Company, that Jack Tripper's testicles could be glimpsed in a 17-year-old episode of the sitcom. According to a report by
you
MSNBC,
got too much free time.
Gossip columnist Jeanette Walls, a sharp-eyed viewer, phoned Nickelodeon to call the briefly risque scene to their attention.
Yeah.
Jack was dressed in blue boxers and plopped down on the bed and exposed some things that probably shouldn't be seen on television. They were shocked and said, "Gosh, you were right." They were taken off guard because this has probably aired hundreds of times since the 80s. Yeah. Although Nickelodeon would not identify the specific episode involved, other accounts pegged the scene as part of the final season episode, The Charming Stranger, originally broadcast 20th September 1983.
Gotcha.
And then they give a thing about the synopsis. Okay,
they're breaking it down.
A representative. Remember, I'm reading from Snopes.
Yeah.
A representative for Nickelodeon was quoted as confirming, in quotes, "Yes, his scrotum falls out of his shorts." End quote. And marveled that the episode has been run for so many times without anyone noticing the blooper. Nickelodeon also said it would snip the offending bit from future repeats.
Snip. We have a scrotal situation here.
Oh, God. We're really devolved.
Wow. What's Monday? It's Monday.
So Snopes, still, this isn't something we document as true until we'd seen it for ourselves.
Yeah.
What one viewer thinks is a brief glimpse of testicle might look like something else to another viewer. One person's testicles or another's, I don't know, thigh, I guess. And you can never be too sure when an entertainment company might be promulgating as a publicity stunt.
Right.
Unfortunately, if the episode truly has been edited, watching it now won't yield a definitive answer. Well, okay, Snopes, come on, where are we at here with this? We'd have to obtain a tape of a pre-2001 airing, a purportedly unedited version of the clip.
So it's got to be out there, though,
Is
right?
embedded above.
Yeah.
Is embedded above. So here, judge for yourself, Snopes viewers.
Right, yeah.
For what it's worth, John Ritter explained why his bit went unnoticed for so long. Oh, this is the other piece of it.
Okay.
For what it's worth, John Ritter explained why this bit went unnoticed.
Why his bits went unnoticed?
Yes, for so long
Yes.
during an appearance on Conan O'Brien's late night talk show.
Okay.
Here it was. It was a brief shot and only lasted a second. No one back then noticed it, and when it went out over the air, there were no VHS, like we talked about, recorders or DVD players around that could catch it.
Sure.
Then, very recently, some guy with a freeze frame caught the image when pausing the recording, so he called Nick at Night.
Yeah.
The folks at Fremantle Media who distributed it confirmed to us that whatever there was to be seen...
Fremantle did that?
Yes.
Wow.
The normally covered parts of Jack Tripper were scarcely noticeable. Okay.
Yeah.
He had a better line. It's a nanosecond. Oh, God. Snopes even has... Look it up on Snopes.
Okay.
There's still shots.
There's still
For what
shots.
it's worth, the screen captures the scene in question taken from syndicated airings of the series at the time. The rumor emerged showed little for the viewers to be shocked about. Well, yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Okay, so the most famous quip, this is John Ritter again, about this issue was uttered by John Ritter, who told the New York Observer when they asked him about the controversy. The great late John Ritter said, in quotes, "I've requested that Nickelodeon air both versions edited and unedited because sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't."
Ding, ding.
That
Right.
was John Ritter's response. So, I mean, it was. But he was like we were talking about. It was. Oh, let's zoom in here. We were talking about it. It was like he
John Ritter, here's to you.
It was the 70s and there were no VCRs. So,
Right.
boy, we really drove that one in the ground.
Well, you know.
But I'd never heard of
We're
that.
doing
And
a public service.
I'm still very sad about Ritter's untimely passing. He was
Yeah.
good guy.
That hit me back then, too, because he was like one of the Hollywood nice guys. I guess totally approachable, just a great guy to be around. And Hollywood needs way more of those. So, yeah. Interesting. Tripper's bits.
Yep. Well, just another crazy internet thing.
There you go.
There's lots of news on Monday, like
Yeah.
that will make you unhappy.
Yeah. Well, let me skim real quick to see if there's any like late breaking
There's
non-crap news.
Not, I mean, this whole thing about Mueller and they keep saying that he might get fired.
Well, yeah, that broke
they-
late last week. Trump was
But
actually
they're like, no,
talking about getting rid of
you're
him.
not going to fire that guy.
You can't do
Good
that.
luck with that.
Another Saturday Night Massacre
Yeah.
if you do that.
Yeah, you come out and fire him, and right after they go, I am not a crook. I am not a crook. Right? Whatever.
Oh boy, that's not good. We'll
Save that for. We got Wednesday.
I got a sad story though, and it's got
Uh-oh.
a Star Wars tinge to it.
Oh no.
People magazine this week, just today, out with
People magazine.
Carrie Fisher. Her autopsy came out.
Oh, this was actually this actually played. That happened last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it said they. I don't know. At least this morning here, it says that Carrie Fisher had heroin and cocaine in the system when she died. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a horrible. Wait, what is that?
People magazine. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a nice. Wow.
Yeah.
That was wow. They said something about sleep apnea, but oh wow.
Yeah.
Now that was a hell of a bummer, man.
It is. I'm sorry.
You gotta. Really?
Yeah. And other
That
opiates.
was People magazine.
TMZ's got it now, too.
Well, TMZ. Yeah, they're actually surprisingly. Well, see, I had seen in the Los Angeles Times that it was sleep apnea, which was drug use. Oh, but it, God. All right. Well, that was a bummer low.
Yes, I'm trying to find happy news.
I know. We could have tabled that one for the folks. We're heading.
Oh, here's a nice feel-good story to end with. You
ready?
I
hope so.
Horse soothes crying baby girl by making her giggle as he rocks her car seat. That's a nice feel-good story for you. No?
Oh, Wilbur.
Wilbur.
You don't understand. I had saved a few things here. We want a happy end, man. Dude, that was a bummer.
I know.
That was like.
I know. Let's see here.
We got plenty of sad news.
Yeah.
Ooh. The Oliver Stone, Vladimir Putin. We could talk about that on Wednesday. Interviews are accidentally revealing.
What?
Yeah, he has some things to say about the United States. Okay. I got it. This was the one. This is a rough one here. Duck wearing bow tie walks into pub, drinks pint, fights dog, loses.
Ooh.
Only in the UK.
Yeah.
A bow tie wearing duck has been injured. I feel bad for the duck, but...
Yeah. Well, if you go to a bar wearing a bow tie and you're picking a fight with a dog, I mean, come on.
And drinking a pint.
And drinking a pint.
A bow tie wearing duck has been injured in a drunken, and there's actually a picture here of the bow tie, injured in a pub brawl with a local dog in Devon? Cholmondeley, Devon.
Cholmondeley.
Well, there's an L in there. The booze-loving bird, affectionately named Star, was enjoying a pint in the old courthouse inn with his handler, Barry Heyman, when Heyman's canine, Meggie, sparked a bar brawl. Star was left with injuries to his beak for the fight. Poor guy.
You're sitting in there, you're just trying to drink your pint.
First of all, who takes their pet... Who has a pet duck? Who takes their pet duck to the pub for a pint?
Yeah.
Well, Star pushed his luck too far, Meggie snapped.
Yeah.
And then they splitting the beak, and then they took it to the vet. Supposedly, prognosis is good. He gave her a stare, then promptly stood on her back. It was not pretty and not nice. We were so scared that we would lose Star. He had to be rushed to the vets to go under anesthetic, which is always risky and could go either way with ducks and other small animals, especially when your duck's half soused.
Right. You're a dog, you're in there, you're drinking your pint, you're minding your own business. Then some duck comes walking in, talking smack.
Look. Right here. There it is. There's your pint drinking duck.
That's almost like a goose.
It does look like a goose, doesn't it?
Why, see, that makes total sense because geese are buttheads, man.
They are.
They're just mean, surly little beaked creatures, and so that makes total sense that a goose goes walking into a bar and mixes it up with a dog.
Heyman has cared for Star ever since he was a chick, carrying him around in his pocket. Once the duckling grew up, he developed a taste for real ale and started following his owner to the pub.
Wow.
It's an alcoholic duck.
Wow.
It's like, hey, I kind of like the ale.
Wow.
I'm going to follow you.
Yeah. Star, get your act together, dude. I mean, you're walking in pubs, you're causing problems, you're starting fights with dogs. Dude, count yourself lucky that all you had was a split beak, all right?
Exactly. He just won't leave me, and so we go everywhere together, Heyman said. This is on the Huffington Post UK, by the way, so this isn't a tall duck story. I have not trained him to follow me. I've not trained him to follow me. He just seems to like it, and he is one fantastic duck.
He got a taste for the liquor, and then watch out.
Are you sure he's not a fantastic duck or a fantastic drunk?
Yeah.
Drunk duck. He loves to come to the pub where everyone loves him. He's such a personality and attracts so much attention.
Yeah.
Boy, that's when... Jason, when you or I have had a few too many at the pub.
Yes.
When we're sitting there drinking, it's like, hey, Jason.
No, Jason. I must have had too much to drink. I see a duck. You know? That just makes me angry, though, hearing stories like that.
Is that a duck over there drinking a beer?
Right. That's the start of every sort of drunken joke. A duck and a dog going to a bar and... Oh, my gosh. You see, that's the problem, though, when good ducks go bad. All right, here's this guy. I'm blaming the dude in this. I mean, here's this duck. He's minding his own business. And next thing you know, right.
Duck.
He's a drunk duck.
Look at this, with the beak right in the beer.
Wow. Coincidentally, he's the brand new University of Oregon mascot.
Yes.
Star of the duck.
Yes, that's right. That's right. U of O should get a hold of this duck.
Yeah.
The star of the duck with with a green and gold bow tie.
We're talking.
Could you imagine? It would be Animal House all over again.
It would.
Duck. Like we got one of these. Right?
Talk about psychological warfare, right? I'm getting the duck loaded and I'm sending him over to the Stanford sidelines where he can puke on the tree.
Oh, this would make the Civil War totally different.
The beaver and the duck.
The beaver and the duck. So you have the Oregon the drinking beaver.
Benny the beaver.
The beaver's like with the little hands and a little pint glass, and the duck with the beak in there.
Yes.
And everyone's like duck.
Beaver, duck. Next thing you know, they're circling around and they got the old Star Trek dun 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 dun. They're like circling each other.
Yes, we nailed it, right?
Yes,
and we just need a little Bluto coming in and going, doing his little John Belushi.
Right.
That's a drunk.
He just comes yelling in and yells, "Food fight!"
Yes,
and then people start throwing hot dogs and nachos at each other. Now that is a football game.
There's the Civil War right there.
Yes.
We need the U of O needs to get one of these drinking ducks.
Puddles, start drinking.
But here's the thing. It's such a British thing, right?
Oh, yeah, into a bar.
He's a mean drunk duck.
In a pub.
I mean, he's the typical, he's like right out of train. All of a sudden, it's like that scene in Train Spotting where the duck comes in, drinks a pint, throws it over the edge, and starts a huge bar fight with a bunch of blokes, right? It's like, I don't care, quack, quack, quack.
Right, they're just, at that point, it's just a melee. I love it. That's a great idea. We're gonna find a duck and turn it into an alcoholic and set him loose down in Autzen Stadium just to mess with people.
Oh my gosh, we need to do some more research on this drinking and waterfowl.
Or talking about dovetailing back to the first thing, we got our own Coffee with Curmudgeons Research Institute.
Oh, there we go.
Which we're gonna check into getting ducks loaded. What do you think?
Yes, that's right. Benedict Cumberbatch will be our executive director.
Yes.
All right. That's a Monday.
That is a Monday.
Say goodbye.
Oh, see you later, folks.
Bye-bye.